right? Tomorrow, what time is the program? Raise your hand. What time is the program tomorrow? Very good, Samara. Tell me.
4 to 5.
4 p.m. 4 to 5:30 is the program. And what time will you all log in? What time? Yes, Anvi?
Ma'am, I think around 3:45 or 3:40.
Yes, 3:45. 3:45 is the right time, 15 minutes before we will start, because ambassador will come in exactly at 4. So we should all be ready to welcome her, right? I can see only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 students. Cameras are on. What about the other students? They don't want to participate? Don't want to participate? Teachers in charges, kindly see. I'm not going to repeat this again and again. It is your responsibility to tell your student to put on the cameras. It's not our responsibility.
Ma'am, backdrop has been posted in the chat box also. So
Okay.
those who are, yes, those who are not able to get it, they can take it from the chat box.
Okay. I'm starting the program now because it's already 3:33 and we have to be on time. Let's see how you ask the questions now. We are going to start the interactive question answer round first, and we'll have a practice of your questions. And before you ask the question, children, who will tell me? Raise your hand. How do you address the ambassador? Suhani?
Good afternoon, ma'am. Ma'am, I think we address her by saying Her Excellency.
Her Excellency. You can avoid her also. You can straight away say Excellency, right? So how are we going to address the ambassador? Excellency. So all of you start the question with Excellency. You can say good evening, Excellency. You can say Namaste, Excellency, right? Greetings. And no need to tell your name because I will be speaking out your name. I will be speaking something about you also, the introduction which your school has sent. Very short introduction, and then you can straight away go to the question because we want maximum number of students to ask questions. And Yukta ma'am, how many students have sent their questions from Amity schools?
Yes, ma'am.
How many are there total?
There are, ma'am, 22.
22.
Yes.
Okay, so all these 22 students will be panelists. All of you will be present there, and I can call out anybody's name. Just be ready. Anybody's name can be called out, and you will ask your question. If your camera is not on, I will not ask the question from you, right? Only the students whose cameras are on will be asked to ask a question. Because if you don't respect the ambassador by opening a camera, then you should not participate. I'm sorry to say that. You have to show your respect. You have to have the cameras open with the right backdrop, with the right setting, with right greetings. And after that, you can always say thank you also, right? Okay, let's start now. The first student I want to ask is Amitasha student. Shriti Pandey. Shriti Pandey is an inspiring student of Amitasha. She embodies a genuine passion for diplomacy and international relations. With academic excellence and profound interest in global affairs, she contributes positively to the school community. Over to you, Shriti Pandey, for your question, please.
Thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon, Excellency. My question to you is, what initiatives can students undertake to deepen the historical bonds between India and Cambodia, thereby propelling this relationship to unprecedented levels of strength and cooperation? Thank you.
Very nicely
you,
spoken. Very good,
Thank
good,
you, ma'am.
Shruti. Definitely you are selected. I'm going to give opportunity to all the 22 students, but yes, you will definitely be there.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. So you can stay here till we have a practice with all the students, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then you all can leave.
Yes.
The next student I want to ask is Sherlyn Jhapia from Amity, Raipur. Over to you. Wait, let me introduce yourself. Sherlyn secured first prize in an international school debate competition. She represented her school in a scientific event conducted by IIIT, also secured second prize in intra-school spellathon and achieved the honor of being the first runner-up in the 100-meter race. She is active, bright, and zealous student. Over to you, Sherlyn.
Your Excellence, what challenges did you encounter while leading the cultural and heritage initiatives for the Ministry of External Affairs?
Perfectly fine. Perfectly fine, Sherlyn. Yours also good. Spoke
Thank
well.
you.
Next student is Adarsh Upadhyay. Adarsh Upadhyay is from AIS Jagdishpur. Is he there? AIS Jagdishpur is not there. The teachers Amit Kumar and Kiran Pandey are there.
No, ma'am, can't see
They're
them.
also missing. Okay. Okay. I'll put a question mark here. Next student, Ayushman Banerjee from Amity International School, VYC, Vrindavan Yojana. Ayushman Banerjee, are you there? Okay, he's also not there. The teacher, Namrata Amit Sharma, are you there? Okay, she's also not. Put a question mark here. Not available. Next. Shreya Chapekar from Amity International School, Gurgaon 43. Shreya is here.
She was not there, ma'am, in the
She
beginning
was
when I
not
took the
there.
attendance.
43 is not there. Okay,
Yes.
fine. Tanu, are you there? Tanu?
Yes, ma'am, she's joined. Tanu, ma'am.
Tanu has joined.
Yes.
Tanu, can you please inform 43 to join in? Okay. Next student, Samara Chauhan. Samara Chauhan, who's studying in grade 11, has a vision to bring about change in the society and is an integral part of a school's youth empowerment team, working towards zero food waste. Samara is also part of all girls team Urja, which had won the very prestigious Project Management Award in World F1 competition. Over to you, Samara.
Good evening, Your Excellency. I understand the difficulty and obstacles that come with pursuing a career as a doctor. What event or thought led you to choose to serve in the Indian Foreign Service?
Right. Perfectly fine, Samara. You become an expert. How many ambassadors have you asked questions now? Tell me.
I'm not sure, but I think 2, 3 last
Oh,
week.
it must be more, I'm sure.
I'll count and let you know.
Yeah, in fact, you should make a list of all the ambassadors you've met. In
Definitely.
fact, all of you should now make a list.
She
Okay.
was definitely there, ma'am, with His Excellency Santosh.
Santosh Gupta ji.
Gupta.
Santosh Jha.
Santosh Jha.
Yeah. Okay. So the next student, Samara, is done. Samara is selected. Then next student, Kanak Verma. Kanak Verma from Gurgaon 46. Kanak Verma is a student of grade 9, is a proficient wordsmith and a budding artist as part of the member of the Global Times of a school. She's an exemplary leader and has held the post of middle school house captain. She's part of the under 19 football school team and has steered the team at block, district, and state level. A formidable debater, she captivates audiences with her eloquence and her intellect finds expression in the state level VVM competition. What is VVM, Kanak?
Vidyarthi Vigyan Manthan, ma'am.
Okay. Kanak finds solace and inspiration in her theatrical captivating hearts with her performances on stage. Over to you, Kanak.
Good afternoon, Your Excellency. Your interest in yoga, meditation, and Buddhism is evident. How do you integrate these practices into your diplomatic work, particularly in promoting holistic well being and fostering a culture of peace and understanding?
Yeah. So this question, instead of speaking it straight, ask as a question. Okay. So you're wondering how she is keeping that interest of yoga and her diplomatic work also side by side. So
Yeah.
it should be more. Can you just repeat this question once again? It should sound like a question. It seemed as though you're reading it for the first time. Okay. आप थोड़ा सा एक बार और practice कर लो बच्चे.
Yes.
And don't say Your Excellency, say Excellency.
Right. Excellency, your interest in yoga, meditation, and Buddhism is evident. How do you integrate these practices into your diplomatic work, particularly in promoting holistic well being and fostering a culture of peace and understanding?
Understanding के बाद question नहीं है, understanding. Okay, and understanding. It's not a that question mark is there. It's a question, but here understanding के बाद understanding नहीं होगा, understanding. ठीक है?
Right.
Okay. So did you go through her profile? Did you see some pictures where she's done some yoga?
I did, ma'am.
She practices all kinds of yoga. She can even do Shirsasana. Shirsasana is when your head is down and your legs are up. Okay. She's very fit. She's not just a yoga expert, but she's also expert in running. She participates in
Marathons.
marathon races. Being also the ambassador with all the work she has representing India in Cambodia, she also participates in marathon races. Okay, so all those children who are athletes here, who take part in races, raise your hand. You must take inspiration from her. Okay. Next student. Okay, Kanak. Fine. Very good. Next is Ishal Ahmed from Mayur Vihar. Are you there, Ishal Ahmed?
Yes,
Ishal
ma'am.
is
She
not
has
there?
just, ma'am. She's Asian. She's just joining, ma'am. Just a minute. She was facing some problem, so she's just joining in a second, ma'am.
The name given to us was Ishal Ahmed.
Ma'am, it is pronounced as Asian.
Ishal,
She's a girl. Asian
She's a
Ahmed.
girl. Okay,
Yeah,
Ishal.
yeah. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Good, you told me.
Ma'am, Ashal is here. Ashal, please speak.
Ishal, put on your camera, beta. I want
Good
to see.
morning, ma'am.
Good morning,
Yes,
nahi
ma'am.
hai. Good
One second.
afternoon hai.
Yes,
Good
ma'am. Sorry. Good
afternoon right now. Ishal, put on your camera.
Yes, ma'am. It's just loading.
Okay, I'll go to the next student till your camera is ready. Next is Amity International School, Noida, Zoya Negi. Zoya, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I'll just speak about you and then you can speak your question. Zoya has participated in various cultural events such as Odyssey of the Mind and is a prefect for the Global Times and also has given a TED talk on the topic of happiness. That's wonderful, Zoya. Topic is
Thank
very
you,
good.
ma'am.
Happiness, very good. Okay. Over to you for your question, please.
Good evening, Your Excellency. Along with being a successful ambassador of our country, you also represent Indian women all across the globe. Could you please enlighten us with what is the most culturally striking difference in the mindset of a Cambodian woman and an Indian woman?
Very, very good question. Very good question. Because you're representing all women, she's representing all women. So definitely we want to know the difference in the mindset. Very good. Okay. Now, Irisha from Amity International School, Vasundhara 1. Irisha, are you there? Vasundhara 1. Teacher in charge, Shreya Mohan. Shreya Mohan, ma'am, are you there? Tanu, can you please call Vasundhara 1? Teacher Shreya Mohan. Okay. Amity Global School, Noida. Monisha Dangetri. Are you there, Monisha? Teacher in charge, Shruti Agarwal.
No, ma'am, can't see her.
Okay. So, Tanu, can you please just note down you also, Sanyukta, because I think she cannot speak through this.
Ma'am, she
online platform.
joined. I don't know whether
Yeah,
she's
maybe she
facing
can't
some
speak.
problem in connectivity. I'll just note it down.
Yeah, just note down all these teachers. Actually, I've done. She doesn't have the mic access, Tanu. So it's okay, Tanu. It's okay. Please call even Monisha Dangriti from Amity Global School, Noida, and the teacher is Shruti Agarwal. Please, they have not joined. Okay, another question mark. Vasundhara 1 also question mark. Now Saket. Amity International School, Saket. Vansh Thirani is here. Vansh. Teacher in charge, Bhumika Sharma. Tanu, please contact Bhumika Sharma also. Bhumika Sharma, Vansh Thirani. Okay, question mark. Now, Aditya Gupta, another student from Saket. Aditya is here. Aditya is
No,
not
ma'am,
also
both
here.
are not here since the beginning.
Aditya is also not here. Okay. Tanu just call. Both the students are not here. Vasundhara 6. Sanvi Tiwari. Sanvi Tiwari. Yes. I'm going to introduce you, Sanvi.
Okay.
Sanvi was the first one to join. Very good. Very good. Meena ma'am. Very good. Sanvi, self-motivated learner who embraces challenges with enthusiasm. Her passion for yoga underscores her commitment to holistic well-being. Adept in eloquent speech and writing, she effortlessly articulates her thoughts with grace and precision. Over to you, Sanvi.
Greetings, Excellency. India and Cambodia have shared a rich cultural past, which is evident in the performances of Ramayana at Angkor Wat. Our school had the honor of performing this unique ballet at Bharat Parv celebrations at Red Fort during Republic Day. How can Your Excellency guide us as young citizens of the country to be goodwill and cultural ambassadors so that we can showcase to the world our ancient heritage and cultural wealth?
Good, very good. Now here I have a request, Sanvi.
Yes.
Meenu ma'am, Meenu Negi ma'am, you're there?
Yes, ma'am.
Meena Negi ma'am. Now you have mentioned that you did performances of Ramayana at Angkor at the
Angkor Wat.
at the Bharat Parv celebrations. Do you have the pictures of this?
Yes, ma'am, we do have.
Okay, so just bring a few pictures, send to Sanjukta ma'am and me. And while she's asking the question, I will request Sanjukta ma'am if you can, simultaneously put those pictures. That would be really great.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
So when
beta.
she's asking the question, ma'am, then she and Her Excellency both will be highlighted on the screen. So if we share the screen, then they will come as very small icon.
It's okay because they have participated. No, I want that
Sure,
picture
ma'am.
to be shown.
So for that moment, we will put that slide.
Yeah. And Sanvi, tell me one more thing. In your annual day, also you portrayed Cambodia, no? Cambodian dance or something. In your
Ma'am,
annual
same thing we perform there.
Yes,
same thing.
Ramayana
Same
ballet.
thing you
Yes,
perform.
ma'am.
So just
Yes,
take out two best pictures of that Bharat Parv celebrations at the Red Fort. Leave the annual day. Okay. So
Okay, ma'am.
those two pictures, while she's asking questions, I want to show those two pictures. Sanjukta ma'am, you can show those pictures for 1 minute or two and then remove them.
Sure, ma'am, we'll do that.
Then they both will be highlighted.
Right.
Because we want to showcase that, we've been doing this work. And it's only Vasundhara 6 who has done this work. So we want to showcase it.
Right.
Right.
Ma'am,
So today you can
Sanvi's
send.
background is, you have to do the mirror image, which Sanvi,
Sure,
okay?
I'll
Your
do it.
background is.
Yeah. That has to be done.
And ma'am, here's my second question.
No, second question. Only one question. So you
Okay.
will ask only this question. I know
Okay.
you said that your second question is connected with yoga, which somebody else has already asked. In any
Okay.
case. So
Okay.
forget about the second question. Everyone
Thank
will
you.
get the opportunity to ask one question only.
Got
Right?
it. Thank you.
Okay. Very good, Sanvi. Send the pictures today. Right? Okay. So the next question over to Advika Singh of Amity International School, VKC, Lucknow. So are you there?
Ma'am, Advika was there. I think ma'am, actually, she's traveling from her hometown for Holi. She had gone, so her call is getting dropped again and again. I have told her to join.
So without practice, she won't be able to participate tomorrow.
Ma'am, she will reach tomorrow morning. Yes, I'll just tell her.
No, but she cannot participate.
Ma'am, she's here.
She's here?
Ma'am, she's
Okay,
here.
fine.
Yes.
So put on your cameras and ask the question.
Ma'am, actually, since I'm traveling, I won't be able to put on my
doesn't
camera.
matter. Doesn't matter. You ask the question.
Right. Thank you, ma'am. Good evening, Your Excellency. My question to you is that in regards to the infamous Indian archaeological mission to the Angkor Wat temple, how has it affected the relations between India and
Cambodia? Okay, fine. This is perfectly fine. So now, Advika, you just need to put the backdrop properly. And tomorrow, I hope you won't be traveling because your question should be very clear to the ambassador.
No, ma'am, I'll reach home by today evening.
Yeah. And please send me a screenshot of this, your backdrop and all. Okay? And join at 3:15 so that we have to check once again. Right? Okay, fine. This is done. Now let's go to AIS Belapur, Mumbai. Jayashree Ganesh. Jayashree Ganesh, and the teacher is Ms. Shubhra Badwar. Jayashree Ganesh is here?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, she's there. She's there.
Okay, let me introduce you. Jayashree Ganesh is a student of class 9A from Amity International School, Navi Mumbai. She's an enthusiastic learner, keen observer, hardworking, passionate, and a very versatile person. Over to you, Jayashree.
Thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon, Your Excellency. The UN recognizes the lack of women in leadership roles. What do you think is the main hurdle for this?
The question is good. When you said woman, it was not very clear. Can you just speak your question once again, beta?
Yes, ma'am. The UN recognizes the lack of women in leadership roles. What do you think is the main hurdle for this?
Very good, very good. Now you have put the correct stress on the word woman. It should be very clear. You should be very, very clearly audible. Okay. And why is your face not very clear? Is the light directly on you? Can you just sort of, just try to see where you can see yourself very clearly, right? Okay. Very good, Jayashree. Good. Now, Devashri Suri from Amity International School, Mohali, Punjab. Teacher in charge, Sheetal Sharma. Devashri Suri is there? Devashri Suri is not there. Tanu, can you please call Sheetal Sharma? Call her on mobile. Why are they not still present? I need to know. And give me a list of all the students who did not come. We will have to write to the principals. Okay, next. Pranil Praval from Amity International School, Gwalior, Madhya Pradesh. Pranil is here? Yes, I can see Pranil. Very good. Let me introduce you. Pranil Praval is a bright student from class 9 at the Amity International School, Gwalior. Pranil's deep passion for diplomatic episodes is evident in his enthusiasm and eagerness to participate in diplomatic talks. Pranil is widely recognized for his unwavering dedication to learning and his adventurous spirit of exploration. Over to you, Pranil.
Good evening, Your Excellency. My question to you is that how do you and your husband, Dr. Akash Singh Rathore, navigate your respective careers while raising two daughters? What advice would you give to aspiring diplomats, especially those interested in diplomacy and cultural exchange?
Yes, because both of them, ambassador and her husband, both are diplomats, and both have a very, very busy schedule. So it's very difficult. They raised two daughters, and she was into yoga, writing books. Ambassador is a very famous author also. Anybody knows the book she has written? That means you've not done enough research.
Ma'am, I think it was Adventures of Young Ambedkar.
Yes, absolutely right. Very good. Ishal, very good. So, children, whoever you are interviewing, it's a wonderful opportunity. And you should go through the profile of the person. I had sent in the email, but when you just, Google Embassy of India in Cambodia and go to the ambassador's profile, the whole profile is there in front of you. All right. So it's very important for you to know the person, at least the basic things, from where she has done her education and her hobbies, her interests. Then you will, when you talk to the person, then you will know what kind of person she is. You'll be able to understand and absorb what she's trying to say. Okay. So you are the representatives from your school who have been selected specially to ask a question. This is not a small opportunity. It's a very big opportunity given to you by Amity. So make the best use of this opportunity, children. Okay.
Good afternoon, ma'am. I'm Shreya Chafikar
Good
from
evening, ma'am.
Amity.
This is Mam. Yeah, Shreya, you speak better.
Yes, ma'am. May I ask my question?
Shreya, why were you late?
Ma'am, I was facing some technical issues.
Okay, wait, then please hold. Please
Okay.
hold. I'll go according to the sequence which is right in front of me. Okay. Now, next, I want to know whether Adarsh Upadhyay from AIS Jagdishpur has joined or not. Yes.
Yes,
Adarsh,
ma'am, present.
why are you late, beta? Why are you late? I want to ask you. What?
3:50. I have already joined at 3:40.
No, but when I called your name, you didn't come.
Ma'am,
What was the time? What was the time to join? What was the time to join?
Ma'am, my teacher told me that you have to join at 3:50.
3:50 or 3:15?
Ma'am, actually 3:50.
3:15, no?
Ma'am, 3:50.
Who's your teacher? What's the name of your teacher?
Ma'am, Amit sir.
Amit sir, are you there?
Yes, ma'am, I am there.
Amit, did you tell him to join at
Actually, we have
3:50?
been a confusion, ma'am. Because of confusion, I thought it is
Why
3:50.
confusion? Did you get the email?
Yes, ma'am.
Then in the email, what was written? What time was written in the email?
In the email, 3:15 as well as 3:50, both it is written.
3:50? How can I write both the timings? Then did you clarify? If both the timings were written, did you clarify? See, you have to be very careful, Amiji, because this is an international
ma'am.
program. We have
Yes,
to
ma'am, sorry.
respect the other person's time. Ambassador doesn't have time for all these things. It is very, very rare that she, speaks to students. They are very busy with diplomatic, work, economic, cultural. So many diplomatic relations are not easy. So she's given us time to Amity schools, and it is our duty to be on time. In fact, before time, 15 minutes before all the students should join in. So tomorrow, what's the time, Adarsh?
Ma'am, it's 3:15.
3:15 is the time. I hope you will be on time tomorrow, bache.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely.
Okay. Please let me introduce
Good
you.
afternoon,
Then you
ma'am.
can ask your
This is
question.
Mamta Sharma from AISG 43. Ma'am, Shreya Chapekar was facing some technical issue. That's why she could not join on time, ma'am. Now she has joined 15 minutes ago.
I'll come to that. Let me first ask this child. Okay. Okay. Adarsh Upadhyay is a diligent and ambitious student of class 9, renowned for his academic and non-academic performances. He participated in GTSC, NTSC, and other examinations of Amity with wonderful scores. Over to you, Adarsh. Please ask your question.
Good evening, Your Excellency.
Your Excellency.
Excellency. So for the last few years, we have seen.
I can't see your face. Put on your camera and speak from the beginning. Greetings again. Yes. Now it's better. Yes.
Now can you see?
Yes, I can see now.
Yes, ma'am. Good
Again,
evening.
No, wait. I can't see you.
Ma'am, I don't know what is.
Yes, now I can see you. Now ask your question. Yes, please go ahead.
Ma'am, there is an error coming. Actually.
Okay. First ask your question.
Ma'am, can I? Okay, ma'am.
Huh.
Let me. Yes, ma'am. So for the last few years, we have seen
No. You can't start so with so. So for the no. How do you start the question? Excellency. You have to greet Excellency. Good evening, Excellency, and then ask your question. Adarsh.
Okay. Good evening, Your Excellency.
Your name, Excellency. Your name, bolna.
Good evening, Excellency.
Yes.
For the last few years, we have seen, for the specific reasons, China is attracting India's neighboring countries by providing development projects in those countries. In the queue, China's new naval military base near Cambodia is a threat to India's security. So my question is, how India deals with these kind of issues?
ठीक है बेटा, ठीक है. Okay, but remember not to say Your Excellency. और
Okay,
अपना
ma'am.
टेक्निकली जो भी आपका कैमरे में इशू है वो आप ठीक करा लो बच्चे, ठीक
Okay,
है?
ma'am.
Okay. Now next student, Ayushman Banerjee from Amity International School, Vrindavan Yojana. Namrata Amit Sharma is the teacher in charge. Student Ayushman Banerjee is not here. Why is this child not here, Tanuj? What is the answer you got? Please let me know. Okay. Now Shreya from Amity International School, Gurgaon 43.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Shreya is in class 10th. She has completed the 5th year in Kathak dance. She has also achieved the black belt in karate. Very good, Shreya. Over to you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Greetings, Excellency. Your life course is very vast, from a medical doctor to joining the Indian service to a successful diplomatic career from 1999 to much more. How do you manage to achieve it all? Please share your success mantra with us.
Very good. Now you're asking her success mantra, isn't it? So, Shreya, now is also the time to share Amity's success mantra. What is Amity's success mantra?
Bhag.
Bhag. Very good. So, before asking this question, what is your success mantra? You can mention here that our founder president, our respected founder president, sir, has given us a success mantra, that is Bhag. So when you say Bhag, then you have to show what is Bhag. So you have to have a kind of a, what do you say, ready paper where Bhag is written very clearly, very nicely, neatly. You have to show to me also. And you can say where B stands for, what does B stand for, Shreya?
Behavior.
Science. Behavior science. A.
Ma'am, H आएगा ना? Hard work.
B H. Sorry. H. Hard work. Very good. Then A.
Ambition, I think.
Very good. Next A.
I don't know the next. I know the
Attitude.
attitude.
And G.
God.
Faith in God. है ना? Very
Yes.
good. Now, if you don't know your own Amity mantra, what is the guarantee that if she tells you the mantra, her mantra, that you will understand her mantra and follow her mantra? अपना मंत्र तो आपने करा नहीं, वो आपको पूरी तरह याद ही नहीं हुआ, तो दूसरे का मंत्र आप सीख के क्या करोगे? कोई गारंटी नहीं है उससे आप सीखोगे. Always education starts from home, from your own self.
Yes, ma'am.
Then you can understand others' mantra. Then you can also compare. Is her mantra also similar to our mantra, Amity's mantra?
Yes.
And this mantra, beta, this is not just a mantra. It's a magic mantra. It is tested and tried mantra. All right. And it is very important to follow this mantra. Right now, maybe, you will not understand it completely. But when you leave Amity and then you will meet other people, you will join some nice college, you will meet students of others, then you will see how different Amityans are.
Yes, ma'am.
Because of the mantra, hard work, sincerity, ambition, attitude, all these things are very important in life, not just for studies, but holistic life, right? So, who's the teacher in charge? Mamta ma'am?
Yeah, ma'am, I am Mamta Sharma. I'm the teacher in charge. And basically now she has to write Bhag on a sheet of paper and she has to show it.
Yeah. In fact, she can also have little cutouts with a, stick like
Yeah,
this.
ma'am.
And be very nicely, very neatly, you can,
Sure, ma'am. That I will do,
in
ma'am.
fact, it's such a nice question where she's also getting the opportunity to represent founder president's mantra. She will speak the mantra on behalf of all the Amity students. Very good. You're very lucky, Shreya.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay. Now I would like to invite Adhira Chauhan from Amity International School, Push Vihar. Adhira Chauhan is studying in class 10th, is intrigued by the field of physics, which reflects in his achievement of being the sponsor and resource manager for Team Impetus Racers in F1 in school, which won a judge's special award and qualified for the nationals. Over to you, Adhiraj.
Ma'am, good evening, ma'am.
Yes,
Ma'am, Adhiraj is not able to join today. We have sent a message also. He's having a class. Aryavardhan is here.
Okay, fine. I'll ask Aryavardhan then. Okay, fine. So next student, Aryavardhan Kumar Chauhan. I can see Aryavardhan is there. Aryavardhan Chauhan, studying in grade 8, is an excellent debater and has won many awards for the same. He has shown active participation in the School Students Council. Over to you, Aryavardhan.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening, Excellency. As the Indian ambassador to Cambodia, how have you helped the diverse Indian diaspora within the nation?
Very good. Can you speak a little louder, Aryavardhan? You were a little soft. Just once more.
Good evening, Excellency. As the Indian ambassador to Cambodia, how have you helped the diverse Indian diaspora within the nation?
अभी भी सॉफ्ट है थोड़ा सा बेटा अपने वॉल्यूम थोड़ा एडजस्ट कर लो
Yes, ma'am.
ठीक है perfectly fine you spoke very well.
Thank you,
Okay,
ma'am.
Aryavardhan. Suhani is there? Suhani? Yeah. Okay. Good afternoon, Suhani. Okay. Suhani Chauhan, studying in grade 12, excels in innovation. Suhani has received the prestigious Pradhan Mantri Rashtriya Bal Puraskar in the innovation category from the President of India for her project So Apt, solar operated agricultural vehicle with portable tools. Suhani is one of the 19 students to be awarded the India's highest honor for children under the age of 18. Over to you, Suhani.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening, Excellency. Would you suggest that gaining experience in a different, seemingly unrelated field before pursuing a career in the IFS could benefit prospective candidates?
Perfect. Very good question. Very apt question. I think everybody's got a chance. Is there anybody who's not spoken? Saket did not speak.
Ma'am,
I think
Saket and Mohali both have joined now.
Saket and Mohali have
And
joined.
ma'am,
Okay.
Vasundhara won as well. Ma'am,
Vasundhara
actually
one is also
we were
joined?
we were facing some technical issue and we were not able to join. So
Okay. Just hold on.
ma'am, in fact, Ashal also from Mayur Vihar, she could
Okay.
not speak at that time, ma'am.
Okay. Let's come to Saket first. Okay. Saket, Vansh Therani is here. Vansh is still not here. Okay. Aditya Gupta from Saket. Are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Aditya is there. Okay. Aditya Gupta is from class 12. He is, one second. He's a voracious reader and best achievement till date is being a finalist in the Wharton Global High School Investment Competition. Oh, you're the one who's recently come for the Globals? Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
Aditya. Very good. Okay, over to you, Aditya.
Greetings, Excellency. Your achievements are a source of inspiration for all of us. We would like to know that being a medical practitioner, what inspired you to enter into Indian Foreign Services?
Perfectly. This question is always on my mind because she's a doctor by profession, a medical doctor, and then she decided to become an IFS officer. So why the switch from being a doctor, after doing so much of studies, being a doctor and then switching? And then perhaps even this might be in your mind that in future, if you need to change your profession, then you might get some answer on that also. Many times people change their professions, for some reason or the other, because they want to follow their passion or something. So this is a good question. Okay. So Aditya has been selected, only one student from Saket. Vansh is also not here.
Ma'am, Vansh Thirani is here. Good evening, ma'am. Rekha speaking.
Let me see then. Vansh, where are you? I called out your name. You didn't mention. Vansh?
Ma'am, there is a technical glitch from one side. There was no electricity. So we were trying to figure it out.
Acha, where is he? But I'm calling his name.
Yes, ma'am, he's in the team.
He's not speaking.
Ma'am, I think uska fir wo log out ho gaya. Let me just check. Give me 1 minute.
Okay, let
He
me
was there
go to the
initially.
next child.
Ma'am,
Let me go
Aditya
to
is
the
joined, but
Good evening, ma'am. This is Monisha from MT Global Noida. I haven't gotten a chance to speak yet.
One sec, beta. Just one sec. I'm also putting a tick mark wherever I've. Vrindavan Yojana student is here. Ayushman? Not here. Okay. Raipur has done, Jagdishpur, Noida, Gwalior, Mohali. Mohali student Devishi Suri is here.
Yes.
Devishi
Now she has joined, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes.
she is joined. Okay, Devishi is a bright student who adds. Devishi, why were you late? First of all, tell me.
Oh, I had another class before this. So
Not a excuse. You know, you should apologize first for coming
Oh,
late, and then you should mention.
sorry.
And if you had a class, you should have told us, informed us earlier, informed your teacher also earlier.
All right.
Sheetal ma'am, please note that if the child has a class, then it has to be informed.
Okay, ma'am. Sorry, I apologize, ma'am. Sorry.
No, she should apologize. She has to inform you, right? Okay, Devashri is a bright student who adds a lot of life to grade 9. Besides being good in academics, she has special interest in reading. She enjoys squash and swimming as well. Devashri has a keen interest in the lives of people who have made a mark for themselves by doing something exceptional, and her curiosity inspires her to acquire a better insight into their lives. But remember, Bhag. The A in Bhag, besides ambition, also means attitude. So humility is very, very important. So if you're late, you have to apologize first, and then you have to speak your question. Okay, beta? Remember this. Our school logo is also Vidya Dadati Vinyam. If you're knowledgeable, if you're wise, you will also always be humble. A wise person will always be humble and will always respect the time of others. ये सबसे important, एमिटेंस के लिए सबसे important चीज है humility. ठीक है बेटा?
Right. I apologize for being late.
Yes.
And my question is, good evening, Your Excellency. As a student who is in the process of building herself, it would be of a great interest to me to know what are the skills you possess that helped you at the initial stages of your career. Having covered such a long journey, what skills do you feel are required to success in any field?
Yes. And that I can tell you the first skill is humility. ठीक है? Hard work तो है ही है. Okay. So Devashri is done. Pranil from Gwalior was also done. Noida. Vasundhara 1. Arisha, Vasundhara 1. Are you there? Shreya Mohan, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Vasundhara 1.
Arisha. Yes, ma'am. Arisha is here. Arisha is here. Arisha, please unmute yourself.
I can't see her. Arisha, are you there?
Arisha.
I can't see her. Her camera is not on.
I can't see. Arisha, I can see her name is there, but
Yes,
camera is
ma'am.
not on. Camera is not on. She's on mute. Okay.
Ma'am, she says she's unable to unmute. She's messaging me that she's unable to unmute herself.
Okay, then what can I do? Without practice, we cannot have her tomorrow. I'm sorry. Okay. The next child, Amity Global School, Noida, Monisha Dangreti. Monisha, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Monisha. Can you put on your camera?
Yeah,
Yes,
ma'am, my
yes,
camera's on.
yes, I can see you now. Okay, Monisha exhibits a positive outlook and attitude. She is gifted classical dancer. Which dance do you do? Monisha?
Bharatnatyam dancer.
Bharatnatyam. Okay, I'll just mention. She's a gifted classical Bharatnatyam dancer and has been part of various co-curricular activities like fencing, art, Odyssey of the Mind. She is very cooperative and a good leader. Over to you, Manisha. Yes, Manisha.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, Your Excellency. What inspired you to take such a drastic change in your career and education from studying MBBS to applying for a foreign service and now being a diplomat?
Okay. Now, Manisha, three things. Number one, I just mentioned to Devishi Suri that you need to apologize if you're late. Number two, you don't have to address Excellency as Your Excellency. You have to address as Excellency. Number three, this question has already been asked. So and there should not be any repetition. So now you have to change your question if you want to ask. Do you have any other question ready with you?
Currently, no, ma'am. Our teacher
Currently, no.
is... Yes,
Shruti
ma'am.
Agarwal, ma'am, are you there? Shruti, ma'am, are you there? Okay. Monisha, can you please change your question? You know
Okay,
all
ma'am.
the questions which have been asked. You were listening. I don't know whether you were there or not.
Yeah, ma'am, I was there.
You are there. So you know the type of. So please ask something different and something unique.
Okay,
And
ma'am.
send the question to me within half an hour. Okay. And
Okay,
I
ma'am.
will reply on that question whether it's okay or not.
Okay,
Right?
ma'am.
So we need to change this question.
Thank you, ma'am.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, extremely sorry. Arisha Agarwal from Vasundhara 1 here. I was unable to unmute my mic.
But I can't see you also.
Yes, ma'am. Just a second. Am I visible now?
Yes, you are visible, but what about the backdrop?
Ma'am, just give me a second. Actually, I had it saved on my device, but since I'm unable to unmute from that, I have joined from another device.
Okay, then please ask the question. Let me introduce you.
Yes.
Arisha is a student of class 10th in Amity International School, Vasundhara 1. A gifted orator and an actor, Arisha has won several gold medals in debates and drama competitions for the school at intra and inter-school levels. Over to you, Arisha. Your question, please.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning, Excellency. Excellency,
Good
your
morning.
career.
Good morning. कहाँ से हो गया? What's the
Good
time?
afternoon. Sorry, ma'am.
Good evening.
Good
Not even
evening.
afternoon now. Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening, Excellency. Excellency, your career has spanned both medicine and diplomacy. So, do you find any intersections between these two seemingly disparate fields? And how has your medical background influenced your approach to diplomacy?
Okay, now again, as you see, Arisha, this question is quite overlapping with the other question. I've just told Amity Gurgaon Global School also to change the question. I need you to also change your question, Arisha.
Okay, ma'am.
Right? It should be very different from all the questions which have already been asked. So kindly, Shreya Mohan, ma'am.
Ma'am, I have two more questions with me. Can I just put those
please
forward?
do. Please do. Please do.
Sure, ma'am. Just a second. The second question was, ma'am, as Excellency, as an accomplished author, what inspired you to write a collection of short stories and a children's book? And how do you see storytelling as a tool for cultural understanding and education?
Can you
Another
repeat the
one?
question? Can you
Sure,
repeat?
ma'am.
It's a very good
Sure,
question
ma'am.
because nobody has asked this question about her being a storyteller. Can you please repeat
Sure,
this
ma'am.
question once again?
Sure, ma'am. Greetings, Excellency. Excellency, you are an accomplished author. What inspired you to write a collection of short stories and a children's book, being such a great diplomat? And how do you see storytelling as a tool for cultural understanding and education?
Perfect. Very good. Very good question because nobody has asked a question about her being an author. Okay, so this question has been selected. Kindly
Sure,
send
ma'am.
this question to me and with a copy mark to Sanjukta ma'am and Tanu Jain ma'am so that we
Okay,
can
ma'am.
make the changes in the new question. All the students who are writing new questions, you have to resend me so that I can make the master list again. Right?
Sure, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Yes, who's that?
this is Monisha from Amity Global School, Noida. I just asked you the question. I do have another question. May I ask you right now?
Yes, of course, Monisha.
Good evening, Your Excellency. Has the
No,
change...
not Your Excellency. Good evening, Excellency, not Your Excellency.
Good evening, Excellency. Has the change in leadership from Mr. Hyun Sen to Mr. Menet impacted the country's relationship with India and other South Asian countries in any way? If so, was it positive?
No, you mentioned two names. So are
Yeah.
there presidents or prime ministers? The designation also has to be mentioned.
Okay, ma'am.
Who are they? Who are they?
I'm not exactly sure.
Who gave you this question?
My teacher in charge.
Very good. The question is good. Your teacher in charge is Shreya. Who? Shruti
Shruti
Agarwal, ma'am?
Agarwal.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
question is good. Shruti, just give the designation also because everybody wouldn't know.
Okay, ma'am. I'll tell her. She's
Yeah.
actually not in this meeting. She's
Mom,
currently...
these are the Prime Minister. He is Prime Minister.
Prime
I'm
Minister. I thought so. I thought so. Even I wasn't very sure. So please mention, and you should be able to pronounce the name also.
Yes, ma'am.
Please practice. Please practice, pronounce the name well, and send this question immediately to all of us, to me, to Sanyukta ma'am, and to Tanujen. We have to make the changes right now. All the questions, the ambassador may ask us. So I might have to send her the questions, right? Okay. So everybody's done. Is there anybody left now?
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Rekha Manga this side. Ma'am,
Yes.
once he's been trying to join, he's joined and then left and joined again. He's unable to unmute. Once Thirani AIS Saket.
Ma'am, he must be having some network issues because all those who are unable to unmute today, everyone is a panelist. There is no right given to anyone.
Yes, ma'am.
For today. So that
okay,
means he
Rekha
must
ma'am.
be.
It's
Yes,
okay,
ma'am.
Rekha ma'am. You have one student from Saket, huh? Representation of Saket is there. It's okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Excuse me,
Excuse
Jyoti
me,
ma'am.
Yes.
There's a query, ma'am. Actually,
Yes,
Shreya has
Pankuna.
to make a placard of Bhag, ma'am. She has to just write down Bhag, or she has to write down the full form of Bhag also, ma'am.
No need to write the full form. She will explain the
Because
full
it will
form.
be very big. Yeah, it will be
She
otherwise
will
very big.
explain. She will explain the full form. She can write Bhag, and then she will explain what B
Okay, ma'am.
stands
She
for,
will
what
explain.
X stands for, like this.
All
Okay.
right.
Now
Excuse
for
me,
the
ma'am.
Amitasha student, okay, I'll talk to Sanjukta man later on. Okay, that concerns
Excuse
somebody
me,
else.
ma'am, this is Aishal from Amity Vihar. Ma'am, was facing camera issues when my turn was here, so I
Wait,
have
let
to.
me see your name. Where is it first? Why were you late? Some issues were there. Where are you right now?
Ma'am, I was here when my name was
Okay.
called, but
Okay.
I couldn't switch on my camera.
Okay, okay, okay. Ishal Ahmed is a student of class 10 from Amity International School, Mayur Vihar. She currently serves as a sub-editor of the AIS Mayur Vihar's Global Times editorial board. She has keen interest in foreign affairs and diplomatic relations of India. She serves as the coordinator of Vincent Mayur Vihar's MUN Society. Over to you, Ishal. Please ask a question.
Greetings, Excellency. Could you share any personal anecdotes or experiences that highlight the warmth and friendship between the people of India and Cambodia?
Yes, that's a good question. So she
Ma'am,
can
and
give something, a personal experience.
if I may, the pronunciation of my first name is actually Aishal. Like the E is pronounced
Rachel.
like
Acha,
yes,
I
ma'am.
hope I'm able to pronounce your name properly. What does it
Ma'am,
mean,
it's no
Rachel?
problem.
What does it mean?
Ma'am, it means flower of heaven.
Oh, that's a lovely name. I should be able
Thank
to
you, ma'am.
pronounce it properly. Flower of heaven. Noting it down. Okay.
Yes,
So
ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
everybody's got a chance. Everybody's got a chance. All the schools. Which school is left now? Sanjukta ma'am. Which school has not come?
Ma'am, Saket, only one child joined.
That's okay. We have one representation from Saket.
And
That's
Bilapur, Mohali, they all have joined Gwalior. AIS BKC Advika Singh. Is she here?
BKC.
AIS BKC Advika Singh. She was.
Advika Singh is here.
Ma'am, she's there and she had asked the question.
She had
also.
asked the question.
She has asked the question. So
So I think,
everybody's
ma'am,
got
yes,
a.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Everybody's got. So
Yes, ma'am.
for
AIS
tomorrow,
43.
for tomorrow, I just want to give the instructions. The uniform which you're going to wear. Backdrop, you all know. So the uniform which you're going to wear is going to be white shirt and tie. White shirt and your school tie, because you look smartest in a tie. Everybody should be in proper uniform. Your hair should be properly combed. If they are leaving your hair open, it should be in the back like this. And you should look very smart representatives of your school, because you are going to not only be in front of the ambassador, you're also going to be observed by another Cambodian school. It's one of the top schools in Cambodia. It's called the CIA First International School. So the two schools, two branches of the Cambodian school, the principals and the MUN director and the middle school head will be there, along with 18 students also of the school. We are looking forward for a very good partnership, initiating a very good partnership with the school, and they will also be coming to participate in the Amity International Model United Nations Conference, which is going to be held in October from 16th to 18th October. All right. So I highly recommend all of you to participate in this conference. I will send the details to your schools. You can apply for that. And It will be a wonderful experience. You will be able to meet these students also in person. So all of you should be very smart, very humble, like a true Amitian, and be on time. Today, there were many schools who were not on time. All of you have to log in at 3:15. And all of you will be panelists. I can ask any student anytime the question. So all of you will have to be alert and you should be ready. As soon as you hear your name, you have to greet excellency, and then you can ask your question, right? Okay, so be alert. You have to listen to your name, and you can inform your parents, your friends, other Amitians also. They can also come as observers. You will be panelists, but everyone else can also listen to this program, especially your parents. Please tell them they can observe you, and but they will observe as attendees, right? You can share the link with them. So thank you so much, all the students. Now I will have a practice with only Amity International School, Noida. All right? Thank you so much. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow.
Good evening. Good evening, Jyoti ma'am. May I? Yeah. Rekha this side.
Rekha
Yeah,
ma'am.
ma'am, there is some issue, I think, with something. So Vansh was not able to join. In fact, Alka ma'am is
I'll
also
talk
not.
to you later.
Okay, thank you.
I need to have a practice with Noida.
Yes,
all right?
ma'am.
Okay. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. All of you,
Thank you,
log
ma'am.
out. Only Amity International
Thank you, ma'am.
Noida should be here.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Namaskar. Okay, Noida, you can keep your presentation ready. And we can start. The compares are there.
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody else, please log out immediately.
Both the compares, you can switch on your camera. Sanjana and Madhav.
Okay, everybody please log out immediately. Only Amity International School, Noida should be here. Okay, please start, ma'am. Please start. One sec, I'll just give one instructions to Tanu, ma'am. We need the edited list of questions. Just 1 minute.
Nishta, you can put it on slideshow mode. Yes, and you can play the music as well.
Ma'am, was it audible?
Yes, it is audible.
Okay.
Okay, Sanjukta ma'am, are we ready? Can we have the rehearsal now? Very good.
Yes, ma'am, we are ready.
Before we start at 3:15,
Right, ma'am.
what are we going to present and show, ma'am, as the children join in?
Ma'am, children will join at 3:15.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
of
So
course,
there will
children
be
will join. We will keep checking the attendance.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
that time, do we put something, some nice presentation?
Actually, the meeting will start at 4. So all the attendees and rest everyone will be able to join only at 4. Only those who are in panel,
No,
they will be
that
able
means we should not call everybody at 3:15.
15,
We
right,
should call everybody at 3:45.
to 3:30 or 3:45, ma'am. 3:30 we can call students and then we can take their
ज़्यादा
attendance.
जल्दी है, ज़्यादा जल्दी है.
तो
थक
फिर
जाएंगे बच्चे.
Okay,
So
ma'am.
let it be 3:45. You can send us another mail telling everybody to join at 3:45.
Sure, ma'am.
That would be better.
The invite says 4, ma'am. The invite says
Invite
4.
says 4, but our
And-
students who are panelists,
They should join by
join
3:45.
वो तो अंडरस्टूड होता है 10-15 मिनट पहले करना ही होता है
But we
15
will
मिनट पहले
send,
तो करना ही है
even then we will send a mail, ma'am. We'll send a mail.
एक बार आप
Again.
ना ग्रुप में डाल देना
Sure, ma'am. So when they
3:45
will join, we will take their attendance quickly, and then we will put up the slide with the music so that when everybody is joining in, ma'am.
Are we going to put Amitasha or something? We were discussing Amitasha's video. Can be put better?
I'll check.
You don't have? You don't
I'll
have?
have to procure, ma'am, the Amitasha video.
Yeah. Otherwise, you can talk to Gunjan ma'am.
Okay,
Gunjan
ma'am.
ma'am is there. She can send you the beautiful video of. You have her number?
I have her number, ma'am. I
You
have.
have?
Yes.
आप उनसे ले लो बेटा, ले लो.
Sure,
It
ma'am.
will be beautiful because I told you that ambassador also belongs to
Yes, ma'am. You told me.
yes,
Yeah, that
yes.
is
So
right.
she understands the struggles. So it is very, very important, that we present Amitasha. And it's a wonderful platform to showcase Amitasha also. So you can
Sure,
just try to, note down this point.
Yes, ma'am.
One of you can just talk
In
to
fact,
Gunjan
she was
ma'am.
there, ma'am, but she was busy with a meeting today, so I could not connect.
आप ले
with
लो
her.
बेटा, ले लो, है ना? In any case, you should have this video with you always. Because most of our programs, international programs, we will start with Amitasha.
Okay, ma'am.
ठीक है? हाँ. Because ma'am also, when chairperson ma'am speaks, she also says that Jyoti, please explain about Amitasha. So Amrita, it's a dream school of a chairperson ma'am. So we need to, mention it also.
Right, ma'am. Right.
So this is the first slide. This is the first slide. Very good. ठीक है, perfectly fine. You can start.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening. With the blessings of our visionary chairperson, Dr. Mrs. Amita Chauhan, ma'am, I, Sanjana Chauhan,
I, Madhav Ahuja,
feel privileged and honored to extend a warm welcome to everyone to the 7th edition of Talk with a Diplomat. At the onset, we would like to invite our dynamic Director Principal, Mrs. Renu Singh, ma'am, to welcome the August gathering. Thank you, respected ma'am. Knowledge removes ignorance, just as light removes darkness. Let's begin this enlightening session with invoking the divine grace by lighting the virtual lamp and chanting the Gayatri Mantra.
भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्.
our visionary chairperson, Dr. Mrs. Amita Chauhan, ma'am, believes in Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam and is nurturing Amitians to become global citizens. Ma'am displays the unflinching resolve to take Amity schools to greater heights of excellence. With a dream to nurture young minds through education woven with values and a passion to change the world, Chairperson ma'am has always been an inspiration for countless Amitians. The Amity Educational Resource Center, AERC, established by her in 2004, is a gateway for Amitians to connect, understand, and interact with the world. We feel honored to welcome you, ma'am, with a virtual Tulsi Sapple.
We are honored to have amongst us today the Indian Ambassador to Cambodia, Her Excellency Dr. Devyani Khobragade.
Excellency.
By this gap?
And there's another dialogue in there.
Huh?
What happened?
I have to continue, right?
What happened, Madhav?
Can you repeat, Sanjana, what you said?
Sanjana, you
Because
repeat,
there's
please.
The continuity.
I believe there was a network issue, so that's why I couldn't hear.
Can you speak once again, Sanjana, so that I see the continuity?
Yes, ma'am. We are honored to have amongst us today the Indian Ambassador to Cambodia, Her Excellency Dr. Devyani Khobragade.
Your Excellency, your position is a testament to your remarkable abilities, dedication, and expertise in fostering international relations. Your wealth of experience and knowledge in diplomacy will undoubtedly play a pivotal role in guiding enlightening all of us. I humbly request our Honorable Chairperson, ma'am, to kindly welcome Her Excellency by presenting the sacred virtual Tulsi plant.
Thank you, respected Chairperson, ma'am. In its journey spanning 2 decades, AERC has nurtured more than 5,000 Amitians and 1,000 international students through its diverse projects such as AIMUN, MUN Training Camp, Nurturing Leadership Program, school cultural exchanges, workshops on leadership, entrepreneurship, etc., across 35 countries to become the rightful leaders of tomorrow.
A recent edition of the Talk with Diplomats program in 2021 provides opportunity to Amitians to participate in interactive question-answer sessions with diplomats. We are grateful to our respected chairperson, ma'am, for providing such amazing platforms to groom us to become global citizens.
AERC is headed by respected Jyoti Arora, ma'am. We welcome you, ma'am, with the virtual Tulsi sapling. Now, I humbly invite Mrs. Jyoti Arora, ma'am, Director of AERC, to kindly introduce Honorable Chairperson, ma'am's vision and our eminent Chief Guest of the Day. Ma'am, over to you for further proceedings.
Oh, fine. Continue.
Yes, sir. Our respected Chairperson, Dr. Mrs. Amita Chauhan, ma'am, always championed human values. A thorough professional, her dynamism, commitment, and generosity are legendary. It is due to her inimitable dedication, hard work, and unconditional love that Amity has reached great heights, enhancing young minds to become leaders who have a passion for learning. I now invite respected Chairperson, ma'am, to share her words of wisdom.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am will speak later. Anyway, yeah, continue.
Thank you, ma'am. We now begin with the question answer session. I request Mrs. Jyoti Arora, ma'am, to moderate the session.
So, ma'am will speak. Sanjukta, ma'am, not here.
Yes,
she
ma'am.
will speak maybe in the after a few questions.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
According to the flow
Ma'am
that
likes
put
to
here.
see,
Right,
ma'am
ma'am.
likes to see how it moves. One more thing, Sanjukta, ma'am, which I didn't mention, but I just thought of it right now, that
Yes,
we
ma'am.
must give a slide for a very warm welcome to the school, Cambodian school, CIA First International
Right, ma'am.
School.
We had put up a slide showing the school, but you want us to
Yeah.
welcome-
Can you show me that slide, please?
Yes.
Okay, here you put. So here Renu ma'am is welcoming.
Renu ma'am, yes, ma'am. When in her speech, she is welcoming.
Can you read her speech? Because here we can stop at this picture and
Right.
then Renu ma'am can speak. A special mention to our Cambodian school, yes.
Sure.
And the principals. Here, there are principals to the principals and the teachers and students of CIA First International School. So Renu ma'am, because Renu ma'am is welcoming everybody.
Right, ma'am.
She's welcoming all the advisors, principals of Amity. So after welcoming the ambassador, she can mention CIA First International School.
Yes, ma'am. So what ma'am is speaking, ma'am, when children, both the students, they are calling ma'am and then ma'am is speaking this, ma'am. A very warm namaste to our respected and visionary chairperson, Dr. Mrs. Amita Chauhan, ma'am. Her Excellency, Dr. Devyani Khobragade, principals, faculty, and students of CIA First International School of Cambodia, members of our Amity School family, and dear students. Welcome to the 7th edition of Talk with a Diplomat, hosted by Amity International School, Noida, under the aegis of Amity Educational Resource Center. This is what ma'am is speaking.
Perfectly fine. Perfectly fine.
And then we start with lighting of the lamp, ma'am. So we are welcoming CIA International in the beginning, ma'am, as ma'am.
Yeah. And for the lighting of the lamp, can we have some more nice pictures of chairperson, ma'am?
Ma'am, we've added 3 more. We've added one solo picture of ma'am. This one, ma'am. And then we've taken.
The Facebook page of Amity Group of Schools has beautiful pictures of chairperson, ma'am, now.
Okay,
so
ma'am, we'll look for it more.
From there.
Okay.
A Facebook page of Amity Group of Schools.
Okay, ma'am. This picture we took from Amity Group of Schools only, ma'am.
But there are very beautiful pictures now.
Okay, ma'am. Sure. We'll look for it.
Just pick up some nice more pictures there.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Right.
Please continue where you stopped just before that. Just straight that line so that I know what's next.
Right, ma'am. So after ma'am's speech, then we have lamp lighting.
Hmm.
After lamp lighting, then go back to that slide, Nishita, please. After lamp lighting, then ma'am, we are welcoming respected chairperson, ma'am. After that, ma'am is welcoming the Excellency Divyani Kubragade, ma'am. And then we are welcoming you, ma'am. And then we are welcoming you, and then we'll be handing over to you to introduce
Okay,
Dr.
to
Divyani.
introduce. So that time I will introduce. I'll just speak my whatever.
Yes, ma'am. So we made 2-3 slides, and we'll check if we need more.
Yes, that time you should be putting slides of.
Yes, ma'am. We have already
ambassador.
those.
Yeah, I will mention about the vision of a chairperson, ma'am, to take amity to the world and bring the world to the amity.
Sure.
And mission about Vasudev Kutum. These 2 sentences I will be speaking, and then I'll introduce the ambassador. Dr. Divyani Khobragade earlier worked as a medical doctor and then joined the Indian Foreign Service in 1999. During her diplomatic career, she has served in Berlin, Islamabad, Rome, and New York. She speaks English, Marathi, Hindi, and German, and is currently learning Mandarin and Spanish. At headquarters, she has served in several divisions: PAI, that is Pakistan, Afghanistan, and Iran; Central Europe; Finance, CPV, which is Consular Passport Visa; and States. Before taking up her assignment as Ambassador of India to Cambodia, she was heading the capacity building and cultural heritage projects of the Ministry of the External Affairs as Joint Secretary in Development Partnership Administration since 2019. Dr. Khobragade has published a collection of short stories as well as a popular children's book, The Adventures of Young Ambedkar. A certified yoga instructor and a distant runner, she has also deep interest in Vipassana meditation and Buddhism. Dr. Khobragade is married to Dr. Akash Singh Rathore, a professor of legal and political philosophy, and they have 2 daughters. So now over to question answer session, and I will ask the students when I read the names to kindly ask the questions, and then I'll start with the moderation.
Okay, ma'am. So
Try to
after
start with Amitasha.
Right, ma'am. So after introducing Dr. Divyani Khobragade, straight away you will start with questions, right, ma'am?
Yeah, but we need to ask her to speak. Are you asking, or should I ask her to speak, address the audience? Because she will speak for 10 minutes.
Right, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. In the flow, it's given 10 minutes. So since you are introducing, ma'am, what would you like? Should we?
I think children should.
Okay, so
children
we are not calling as of
so where
now.
you are asking chairperson ma'am to address, that
Right,
time
ma'am.
you should ask the ambassador to address the audience. That's the time Sanjana can request the ambassador to speak, give a talk, and then you can introduce me and invite me for the question answer session.
Sure, ma'am. So after introduce Excellency, then we will call her to speak, right?
Yes, it has to be that way.
So we'll have to do those lines, ma'am.
After I introduce, then one of the students, Sanjana or Madhav, should be given a line where they will invite. अच्छा लगेगा.
Sure, ma'am. Sure.
Because I will keep myself for the question answers only.
Okay, ma'am. Okay,
Yeah.
we'll do that, ma'am.
Yeah.
We'll do that. And then after Dr. Divyani's speech, it was respected chairperson, ma'am, who was to be called. But you are saying that ma'am would like to speak after having some question answer session, right?
What we can do is I can send this flow to ma'am and ask her where she wants to speak to confirm. आप
Right,
मुझे
ma'am.
flow भेज दोगे बेटा?
Yes,
ये
ma'am.
revised flow भेज दोगे?
Device flow, I'll send it to you, ma'am.
Because ma'am very clearly tells me where she wants to speak.
ठीक है, ma'am.
I'll ask her exactly, and then we can add chairperson ma'am. आप उसका note जो मैम को invite करने के लिए note है वो ready रख लेना बेटा.
That is ready, ma'am.
Yeah,
It is ready.
I'll specifically ask. I'll just note down your flow myself.
Right, ma'am.
आप मुझे बताओ, starting से बताओ.
Ma'am,
Renu ma'am. Renu ma'am will welcome first.
Yes, ma'am. Welcome by Director Principal, ma'am.
ठीक है.
Then lighting of the lamp.
Lighting of the lamp.
Then felicitation of respected chairperson ma'am with tulsi plant.
ठीक है.
Then felicitation of Dr. Divyani Kubragade with tulsi
ठीक है.
plant. And
ठीक
then
है.
tulsi plant to Jyoti ma'am, director AIRC.
Okay.
Then introduction of before this, a little about Amity Educational Resource Center.
Okay.
You will say,
Okay.
ma'am, vision of respected chairperson ma'am and Amity Educational
AIRC.
Resource
ठीक
Center.
है.
And then you are continuing with introduction of Ambassador
Okay.
Divyani Kubragade.
ठीक है.
Then after that, address of Ambassador Dr. Divyani Kubragade.
ठीक है.
After this, we had, ma'am, address by respected
ठीक है, ma'am.
chairperson ma'am.
ठीक है. ठीक है.
And then we had interactive question answer session, 40 minutes.
अच्छा.
And then vote of thanks, ma'am, by you.
Vote of thanks. आप बेटा मेरे को भेज दिए vote of thanks.
Ma'am, I'm just sending you. I'm not sending because it will get mixed. So I'm sending you.
Okay, you can send me later.
After
This is
rehearsal
perfectly
today, I
fine.
thought of sending it to you.
I've noted down this. You can also send me the flow.
Sure, ma'am.
And I will ask ma'am exactly where she wants to speak.
Right, ma'am. So, ma'am, Sanjana is calling. Sanjana is actually inviting ma'am to speak. So, Sanjana, can you go through those lines again when you're inviting respected ma'am?
Ma'am, chairperson, ma'am?
Yes, chairperson.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Our respected chairperson, Dr. Mrs. Amita Chauhan, ma'am, always championed human values. A thorough professional, her dynamism, commitment, and generosity are legendary. It is due to her inimitable dedication, hard work, and unconditional love that Amity has reached great heights, enhancing young minds to become leaders who have a passion for learning. I now invite respected chairperson, ma'am, to share her words of wisdom.
ठीक. बिल्कुल ठीक है. And then you have to invite me for the question answers.
Yes, ma'am.
ठीक है.
So, Madhav is
Sentence.
inviting.
Just
Madhav?
one sentence is more
Yeah,
than
good. Madhav, speak again. You're unmute.
We now begin with the question answer session. I request Mrs. Jyoti Arora ma'am to moderate the session.
बेटा मेरे को एक थोड़ा सा बस डाउट लग रहा है. Everything is fine. We need to shorten it a bit. मुझे लग रहा है ये starting का जो part है before the question answers is a bit long.
Is a bit long.
Yeah,
Should be
because she
time
told
again,
me-
ma'am.
Because she told me specifically that she will only be there from 4 to 5. और
Right.
आधा घंटा हमारा उसमें लग गया. Then she has to talk for 10 minutes. At question answer बच्चों को chance नहीं मिलेगा.
See, ma'am, आधा घंटा नहीं लग रहा. We had timed it. Only, I mean, if we are including ma'am's speech, then of course it's for 10 minutes. But otherwise, it's not. Should we do it once more, ma'am? And
एक
we'll
बार
time
कर
it
ले.
again?
एक बार
We'll
कर ले.
time it
It should
again.
not be more than 10 minutes. All these things.
It is not, ma'am. It's not.
एक बार कर लेते हैं.
Yes,
एक बार practice शुरू
Seema,
करें.
ma'am, you please start timing.
Yeah, let's
The
have
way
one
we
more
will-
practice, children. One more practice.
And I will read Renu ma'am's part also, ma'am.
Yeah,
so that
you read
timing
Renu
is-
ma'am's part. I will read my part also. So that
Right.
और time कर लो बेटा.
हाँ. Seema, are
अब
you
time
timing?
करेंगे. We will not stop.
Yes, ma'am.
ठीक
We
है.
will not stop.
चलो.
Seema?
Yes, ma'am, I'm doing.
Yes, please start. The moment they start, then you please start.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes, children.
Yes. Good evening. With the blessings of our visionary chairperson, Dr. Mrs. Amita Chauhan, ma'am, I, Sanjana Chauhan,
And I, Madhav Ahuja,
feel privileged and honored to extend a warm welcome to everyone to this 7th edition of Talk with a Diplomat. At the onset, we would like to invite our dynamic Director Principal, Mrs. Renu Singh, ma'am, to welcome the August gathering.
Good evening, everyone. A very warm namaste to our respected and visionary chairperson, Dr. Mrs. Amita Chauhan, ma'am. Her Excellency, Dr. Divyani Kubragade, principals, faculty, and students of CIA First International School of Cambodia, members of our Amity Schools family, and dear students. Welcome to this 7th edition of Talk with a Diplomat, hosted by Amity International School under the aegis of Amity Educational Resource Center.
Thank you, respected ma'am. Knowledge removes ignorance, just as light removes darkness. Let's begin this enlightening session with invoking the divine grace by lighting the virtual lamp and chanting the Gayatri Mantra.
ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं
visionary chairperson, Dr. Mrs. Amita Chauhan ma'am, believes in Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam and is nurturing Amitians to become global citizens. Ma'am displays the unflinching resolve to take Amity schools to greater heights of excellence. With a dream to nurture young minds through education, woven with values and a passion to change the world, Chairperson ma'am has always been an inspiration for countless Amityans. The Amity Educational Resource Center, AERC, established by her in 2004, is a gateway for Amityans to connect, understand, and interact with the world. We feel honored to welcome you, ma'am, with a Tulsi sapling.
We are honored to have amongst us today the Indian Ambassador to Cambodia, Her Excellency Dr. Divyani Khobragade.
Your Excellency, your position is a testament to your remarkable abilities, dedication, and expertise in fostering international relations. Your wealth of experience and knowledge in diplomacy will undoubtedly play a pivotal role in guiding and enlightening all of us. I humbly request our Honorable Chairperson, ma'am, to kindly welcome Her Excellency by presenting the sacred virtual Tulsi plant.
Thank you, respected Chairperson, ma'am. In its journey spanning 2 decades, AERC has nurtured more than 5,000 Amityans and 1,000 international students through its diverse projects such as AIMUN, MUN training camps, nurturing leadership program, school cultural exchanges, workshops on leadership, entrepreneurship, etc., across 35 countries to become the rightful leaders of tomorrow.
A recent edition of the Talk with Diplomats program in 2021 provides opportunity to Amityans to participate in interactive question-answer session with diplomats. We are grateful to our respected chairperson, ma'am, for providing such amazing platforms to groom us to become global citizens.
AERC is headed by respected Jyoti Arora, ma'am. We welcome you, ma'am, with a virtual Tulsi sapling. Now, I humbly invite Mrs. Jyoti Arora, ma'am, Director of AERC, to kindly introduce Honorable Chairperson ma'am's vision and our eminent chief guest of the day. Ma'am, over to you for further proceedings.
Is ma'am there?
Yeah, Dr. Divyani Khobragade earlier worked as a medical doctor and then joined the Indian Foreign Service in 1999. During her diplomatic career, she has served in Berlin, Islamabad, Rome, and New York. She speaks English, Marathi, Hindi, and German, and is currently learning Mandarin and Spanish. At headquarters, she has served in several divisions: PAI, Pakistan, Afghanistan, and Iran, Central Europe, Finance, CPV, and States. Before taking up her assignment as Ambassador of India to Cambodia, she was heading the capacity building and cultural heritage projects of the Ministry of External Affairs as Joint Secretary since 2019. Dr. Khobragade has published a collection of short stories as well as popular children's book, The Adventures of Young Ambedkar. A certified yoga instructor and a distant runner, she has also deep interest in Vipassana meditation and Buddhism. Dr. Khobragade is married to Dr. Akash Singh Rathore, a professor of legal and political philosophy, and they have 2 daughters.
Our respected chairperson, Dr. Mrs. Amita Chauhan, ma'am, always championed human values. A thorough professional, her dynamism, commitment, and generosity are legendary. It is due to her inimitable dedication, hard work, and unconditional love that Amity has reached great heights, enhancing young minds to become leaders who have a passion for learning. I now invite respected chairperson, ma'am, to share her words of wisdom.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, continue, madam. We are tired.
Thank you, ma'am. We now begin with the question answer session. I request Mrs. Jyoti Arora, ma'am, to moderate the session.
So this is perfectly fine. There are few changes, and Yukta, please note down. Number
Yes,
1. Okay. Now, when I was just listening to Madhav, he's already mentioned the vision of our chairperson, ma'am, in his speech when he's mentioning about Vasudev Kutumbaka and AERC is the gateway. So
Yes, ma'am.
when you invite me, Sanjana, so do not mention that she will give the vision of chairperson, ma'am, because already Madhav has mentioned. So I was going to say the same thing. It will be repetition. So Sanjana,
Right.
from your thing, don't mention vision of chairperson. I will just introduce the ambassador. Okay?
Introduce our eminent chief
Yeah.
guest, right? ma'am?
Let
That
Madhav let Madhav only speak about the vision of AERC.
Right.
It's good if the child speaks.
Right.
Another thing, Sanjana, when you are speaking about AERC, first time when you speak, it should be Amity Educational Resource Center. After that, you can always refer to as AERC because nobody knows AERC. So the first time you speak, it has to be Amity Educational Resource Center, full form, right? This is the second point. And when we speak about inviting our principal, then when you're asking me to speak, there is no need to use the word respected. You can just say director. Okay, respected, honorable word we only use for our chairperson, ma'am. Honorable chairperson, ma'am. Respected chairperson, ma'am. Others, you can speak the designation and speak. There's no need because that respect, that honor we give to our ma'am. That's it.
Yes.
And that's it. That's it. And after I introduce the ambassador, after my introduction of the ambassador, it always has to be address of the ambassador.
Yes, ma'am. So for
that line, who's going to speak?
We will just now add, we thought that you will call her, but now you mentioned that children will call. So Sanjana will speak those lines, ma'am. Just one line.
Let's
So after you've given the introduction, then we will call ma'am, that we now call ma'am to give. So we'll add one line there, ma'am. So
Just
before
one line.
calling chairperson, ma'am, respected chairperson, ma'am, we will call ma'am. That will happen. I've already written, ma'am.
ठीक है बेटा.
Yes.
अब समझ आ गया. Now clarity is there. And after the address of the ambassador, then you can write down. We will invite chairperson ma'am. आप अपना sequence वही रखो. हो सकता है मैम अगर वहां पे उस समय मेरी बात नहीं हो पाई तो मैम ये वहां पे भी बोल सकती हैं कि ज्योति, let the children ask the questions.
Right, ma'am. Right.
Let the children ask the question. I will speak later.
Sure, ma'am.
आप कंटिन्यूटी, इनफैक्ट बहुत बार यही होता है, हम लोग बुलाते हैं मैम को और मैम कहती नहीं बेटा पहले बच्चों को पूछ लेते हैं. सो इट्स ओके इफ यू कॉल चेयरपर्सन मैम आल्सो, इट्स परफेक्टली फाइन. परफेक्टली फाइन. मैम को बोलना होगा बोल लेंगे, मैम को नहीं बोलना होगा वो कहेंगे बाद में. वी कैन ऑलवेज इनवाइट चेयरपर्सन मैम, है ना. उनकी ब्लेसिंग्स तो लेनी है हमने.
राइट मैम.
अब आपको समझ आ गया बेटा?
यस मैम.
सीक्वेंस समझ आ गया?
यस मैम, एब्सोल्युटली. सो
आपके फेस पे थोड़ी लाइट कम आ रही बच्चे.
हाँ माधव,
थोड़ा सा ना जो लाइट का सोर्स है अपने फेस पे ज्यादा करो. आपका फेस थोड़ा दिखना चाहिए प्रॉपर, है ना. और थोड़ा क्लोजर आओ बेटा स्क्रीन से. संजना आप भी थोड़ा क्लोजर आओ. हाँ थोड़ा सा और क्लोजर आओ. हाँ, योर फेस शुड बी विजिबल. फोटोग्राफ्स लेनी, ऑनलाइन फोटोग्राफ्स है ना बेटा, क्लियर आएंगी फोटोग्राफ्स. बोथ ऑफ यू स्पीकिंग वेरी वेल, फ्लॉलेस. माधव थोड़ा सा हल्का सा धीरे बोलना ताकि आपका एक एक वर्ड क्लियर हो जाए.
कहीं कहीं माधव आपकी आवाज ना लास्ट में डिफ्यूज हो रही है, जो प्रैक्टिस में नहीं हो रही थी. जैसे आप एक्सीलेंस बोल रहे हो ना, वो छुप जा रही है. ईच एंड एवरी वर्ड शुड बी वेरी विद लॉट ऑफ क्लैरिटी.
अदरवाइज प्रोनाउंसिएशन एंड एवरीथिंग इज वेरी नाइस. थोड़ा सा धीरे और लाउडर आप बोलो, ठीक है.
हाउ मच टाइम डिड इट टेक सीमा मैम?
Ma'am, by the time Madhav asks Jyoti ma'am to ask for the question answer round, it was precisely 5 minutes 55 seconds. And if
6 मिनट हो गए तो
6 minutes
और हो जाएगा उसमें, मतलब
we
10
had
तो हो
one
ही
line.
जाएंगे. 10 तो हो ही जाएंगे.
Yeah.
And then 10 minutes ma'am,
10 minutes
ma'am is going to speak.
perfectly fine.
Yeah.
क्योंकि हम लोग थोड़ा फास्ट भी बोल रहे थे ना, हम लोग थोड़ा फास्ट.
Yes ma'am, it was fast little.
We were fast also, but I think on the whole it's perfect. ट्यूनिंग अच्छी. बस अब आप प्रैक्टिस कर लो बच्चा. जो बोल रहे हैं ना उसके साथ जो फोटोग्राफ्स लगानी है, प्लस दैट वसुंधरा 6 की फोटोग्राफ आनी है, वो जरूर लगा देना. और स्टार्टिंग में अमिताशा का अगर वीडियो लगा सको वो भी लगा देना.
ठीक है मैम, आई जस्ट
perfectly fine. Very good children. Thank you so much. Thank you. Wonderful. And tomorrow we will meet at 3:45.
Yes ma'am.
Okay.
And we'll take a practice tomorrow with both of you, okay? So keep yourself available.
Definitely, because now not only Amity schools from all across India are going to watch you, even another school in Cambodia. It's one of the top schools there, right? So be very smart. Show your Amity spirit. Okay. All the best. God bless you, Sanjukta ma'am, and
Thank
your
you so
team.
much,
Very good. Please convey my thanks and gratitude to Director Principal Renu ma'am also.
Sure, ma'am.
Very good work. Very good.
Ma'am
work.
wanted to join, ma'am. She was in a meeting, so she said that I will join. You give
Perfectly
me
fine. Renu ma'am is an expert. She can speak on the spot.
I know,
No
ma'am.
problem. But everything very well. Please convey my gratitude to
Thank
her.
you.
And everything was very nice, very well managed. It was a pleasure. Today also chairperson ma'am called up and she said, how are the preparations? So I told her, I said, ma'am, Sanjukta ma'am is doing a very good job.
Thank you, ma'am. And
Thank
Renu ma'am has also gone through the presentation today, ma'am. She specially called us to show the presentation and everything. She has seen it intricately.
बेटा feedback link भी भेजना है.
Yeah, ma'am, feedback link we have already sent through mail. Now,
Acha.
tomorrow we will put it on the slide also. We will paste it on in the chat box also.
Yes, yes.
And
So before I say the vote of thanks, so एक line आप बुलवा लो बच्चों से.
Sure, ma'am. We'll do that.
Feedback की
Will
line
do.
भी एक लिखवा लो. So that
Sure.
people give their feedback. और
Yes.
attendance जरूर ले लेना बेटा. MT University से पूरी attendance लेंगे so that we can write a compiled report.
Yes, ma'am.
And
And
send it to
panelist list also, ma'am. Now that we've got the Cambodian school's principal also.
Yeah.
So we will update and send it again to Kapil
Please
sir.
send it directly to MT
I will.
University.
I've already sent, ma'am. After your mail, I sent it to him directly. And now I'll be sending, adding those mails also, the principal ID, and then sending it.
Yeah. And these Cambodian students also will be adding their emails, you know, they will come to know the names of these students. So there should be somebody who can monitor all this.
Right, ma'am. So they will be able to do it, ma'am, because making of panelists, I think Amity University will be able to do it. We will send them the names today of students, of
please send them.
students.
Immediately
We'll
can
send them
send
the
them.
names and we'll tell them that as soon as you see these names, then make them panelists.
Yeah, the principals and one is the middle school head and the other one is the MUN director.
Sure.
वो सारा मोबिन जी हम लोग ये सारा मेल भेज रहे हैं संयुक्ता मैम इन सबको पैनलिस्ट बनाना है. Mr. Mobin is maybe busy now, but please अभी लिख दो बच्चे.
I will mail also, ma'am, updated list. I will mail updated list.
Yes, Mobin ji, Cambodian school भी add होगा as panelist. So there are two principals, Shailani Borges and Deepak Sehgal. They are the two principals. And there are two faculty members, Miss Joyce, MUN director है, और Jacqueline, वो भी है middle school vice principal है. And 18 students. वो list अभी संयुक्ता मैम आपको भेज रही हैं. वो भी पैनलिस्ट होंगे.
जी मैम, ये मेरे को ना एक कंप्लीट लिस्ट दीजिएगा बना के.
हाँ जी, हाँ
कंप्लीट दोबारा भेज रही हूँ, दोबारा भेजूंगी. एक बार भेज चुके हैं, अब ये नाम ऐड करके. पर उन बच्चों का ईमेल आईडी नहीं आया मैम हमारे पास, तो हम नाम भेज देंगे.
वो बच्चे ना अब ऐड तो करेंगे, अपना ईमेल से करेंगे या स्कूल की ईमेल आईडी से करेंगे. अब मुझे मालूम नहीं वो इकट्ठे बैठेंगे कि अलग बैठेंगे.
बिल्कुल.
बट आई डिडंट गेट अ रिप्लाई.
ओके,
हो सकता है वो स्कूल की आईडी से करें और वो सारे इकट्ठे बैठे हों.
यस,
दैट कैन आल्सो बी देयर.
हाँ, तो हम उसी समय मैम प्रिंसिपल्स को तो बना ही देंगे, उनका हमारा ईमेल आईडी आ गया. और बच्चों का नाम भेज देती हूँ. एज एंड वन दे विल बी ज्वाइनिंग, हम उनको इकट्ठा कर देंगे या जैसे भी.
मैम एक रिक्वेस्ट और है, वो जो भी आपके जितने भी पैनलिस्ट हैं वो एक ही बार मेरे दीजिएगा ड्यूरिंग इवेंट. मैम मैं मतलब पैनलिस्ट के लिए सपोर्ट नहीं कर पाऊंगा ड्यूरिंग द इवेंट.
क्या? सॉरी, आई डिडंट गेट यू.
मैम ड्यूरिंग द इवेंट अगर आपको कोई भी पैनलिस्ट ऐड कराना है ना, तो आप मेरे को 12 बजे तक भेज दीजिएगा कल.
अच्छा,
ठीक है.
हाँ, ये ध्यान रखना पड़ेगा संयुक्ता.
हाँ, इवेंट के टाइम पे मैम थोड़ा मुश्किल हो जाता है.
इवेंट के टाइम आपके टीचर को ही करना पड़ेगा.
अच्छा, इवेंट के टाइम में हम कर सकते हैं क्या?
हाँ जी, आप कर सकते हैं.
हम कर सकते हैं, आप पैनलिस्ट बना सकते हैं. आप ना एक काम कीजिएगा, अगर इवेंट के टाइम पे आपको किसी को पैनलिस्ट बनाना है, मैं जैसे आपकी टीम में से ही को होस्ट बना दूंगा कुछ लोगों को ना. तो
हाँ
क्या करेंगे, को होस्ट क्या करते हैं कि जो हमारे अटेंडीज होते हैं वहां से किसी को भी प्रमोट कर सकते हैं.
ठीक है, तो मैं एक काम करूंगी, जो आपको पैनलिस्ट की लिस्ट भेज रही हूँ उसी में को होस्ट भी ब्रैकेट में लिख दूंगी.
हाँ,
किन को बनाना है.
जी जी जी, को होस्ट
सो दैट आप उनको पहले से ही बना दे, तो हमारी टीम भी ये एडिटिंग मतलब उनके पास ये राइट्स हो. So at that time you will not be able to handle, but one team from my IT department will be there to handle.
और मुझे भी बना दो को होस्ट.
हाँ जी मैम, आपका भी करेंगे को होस्ट, ऑफ कोर्स.
को होस्ट मेरे को भी बना दो, क्योंकि मेरे पास है लिस्ट. बाय चांस अगर मैं, हालांकि मुश्किल है उस समय, बिकॉज़ आई विल बी ऑल ओवर, बट स्टिल आई विल कीप अ ट्रैक.
ठीक है मैम, आपको भी, आपका भी डाल देंगे, बिल्कुल डाल देंगे. अपडेटेड लिस्ट में थोड़ी देर में आपको भेजती हूँ.
बिल्कुल भेज दो. और आयुष्मान बैनर्जी का हाथ ऊपर है बेटा, बोलो क्या बात है.
ये मैम, ये बच्चा
Yes, Yes, ma'am. Actually, due to technical glitch, I had joined late, so I did not practice my question.
Which school are you, beta?
Ma'am, Amity International School, Vrindavan Yojana, Lucknow.
अच्छा, आप पूछो बेटा अपना अपने क्वेश्चन आयुष्मान.
Okay, ma'am. Just ask. Yes. What role do you think Cambodia, India relations play in addressing global issues, and how has your career as a diplomat shaped your understanding of fostering international cooperation, particularly in navigating complex diplomatic landscapes?
Can you give an alternate question also, Ayushman?
Yes, ma'am.
एक और क्वेश्चन आप सोच सके बता सकते हो? Can you
No,
give an alternative question?
Ma'am, I'll work on it.
Please work on it, huh? Please work on it. Send an alternative question to our ARC, Sanjukta ma'am and Tanu Jain ma'am. ठीक है?
Okay.
एक थोड़ा सा और इंटरेस्टिंग सा क्वेश्चन बनाओ. डिफरेंट सा क्वेश्चन बनाओ, बिकॉज इंडिया कंबोडिया के ऊपर काफी क्वेश्चंस आ गए हैं, फिर वो बोरिंग क्वेश्चन हो जाते हैं. थोड़ा सा इंटरेस्टिंग क्वेश्चन बनाओ. आपकी टीचर इंचार्ज कौन है? नम्रता मैम ना?
यस मैम.
नम्रता मैम से बात करके आपके वसुंधरा में कौन? निशु मैम है ना? निशु मैम भी है. वो भी गाइड कर सकते, वो भी गाइड कर सकते हैं.
Ma'am, that is BY. Ma'am, that is Vasundhara. I'm in BYC.
अच्छा, ओके ओके, BYC हो तुम. ओके ओके, लखनऊ में हो. ओके.
Yes.
आई एम श्योर यू कैन थिंक ऑफ सम मोर इंटरेस्टिंग क्वेश्चंस. एक और इंटरेस्टिंग क्वेश्चन जल्दी से लिख के भेज दो हमें. ठीक है?
Absolutely, ma'am.
Ma'am, also wanted to ask you about the rapid fire questions.
Oh, rapid fire तो पूछे
informal
नहीं.
question.
Let's have a practice of the rapid fires and Sanjana and Madhav. मेरे को तो याद भी नहीं था rapid
Yes,
fire.
so after, if we are aiming, Ayushman has left. Okay. If we are aiming that, how many students are we going to give an opportunity, ma'am? Like we have
टाइम पे डिपेंड करता है. जितने वो होते रहेंगे मैं पूछती जाऊंगी. जितने हो गए है ना?
ठीक है मैम. तो after every 4 or 5, after every 4 or 5 students, they should be asking, ma'am, how do we go about it? उसको break कैसे करेंगे
रैपिड फायर को?
हाँ,
आप दोनों पूछोगे, नोएडा के बच्चे.
हाँ, तो मैम इनको भी आप ही बुलाएंगे, मतलब you will be calling
संजना और माधव. Yeah, we can, you know, I'll say now we are going to have the rapid fire round.
Okay, ma'am. Sure.
Sanjana, okay, I'll just speak और आप शुरू कर दो.
Yes.
And now we are going to have the rapid fire round. Over to you, Sanjana and Madhav.
Yes, ma'am. First question is, ma'am, what's your favorite color?
Excellency, what is your first question is, what is your favorite color? Okay?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, do I continue with?
Yeah. अब कैसे करना Sanjana? One question Sanjana can ask, one question Madhav can ask.
And you will say excellency, okay?
Excellency. दोबारा करते हैं.
हाँ.
And now we are going to have the interesting rapid fire round. Over to Sanjana and Madhav.
Thank you, ma'am. Excellency, the first question is, what's your favorite color?
Okay, pink.
Madhav.
Excellency.
Rapid fire means very fast.
Excellency, our next question to you is, what is your favorite food?
Food को clearly बोलो.
Food, हाँ.
Okay, next.
Excellency, what are you passionate about?
Excellency, if you had not become an IFS officer, what profession would you have chosen?
Sorry, दोबारा पूछो.
Excellency, if you had not become an IFS officer, what profession would you have chosen?
Come on, Sanjana.
Excellency, how do you relax?
Excellency, if you had to describe yourself in one word, what would it be?
Bas, that's it. That's it. That's it. कितने questions हो गए total?
5.
One is color, one is food, then
what are you passionate about? And next
passionate,
is alternate profession, and one is how do you
alternate profession,
how do you relax?
How do you relax?
How do you relax? 5 questions हो गए?
Yes, ma'am. 5 questions.
5 questions, more than enough. ये बेटा रैपिड फायर के 5 क्वेश्चंस भेज दोगे तन्नू को. तन्नू ने उसमें ऐड नहीं करा हुआ, तभी तो मैंने बोला नहीं.
I'll
बोला नहीं ना, क्योंकि that
I'll send.
paper is with me. मैं उसी पेपर के मुताबिक बुलाऊंगी, वो पेपर मैं दोबारा प्रिंट आउट निकाल लूंगी.
श्योर मैम. उसमें वैसे भी क्वेश्चंस चेंज होंगे मैम, तो एक ही बार मैं तनु
एक ही बार में होंगे. तो
एंड टू बी एडेड आफ्टर 4-5 क्वेश्चंस मैम. और
रैपिड फायर.
यस मैम.
रैपिड फायर पता है क्या मैं तब डालती हूँ जब थोड़ा बोरिंग सा हो जाता है.
हाँ.
इंटरेस्ट डालने के लिए ना हाँ, हो सकता है 3-4 क्वेश्चंस के बाद मैं रैपिड फायर कर लूंगी.
ठीक है बच्चे.
ठीक है. सो
थोड़ा सा इसको मैम ऐड कर सकते हैं
हैं
इनफॉर्मल की तरह, जैसे संजना इंस्टेड ऑफ जस्ट पूछने हाउ डू यू रिलैक्स, वी वुड रियली लाइक टू नो हाउ डू यू रिलैक्स.
हाँ, बिल्कुल मस्ती से बोलना, मस्ती से.
यू कैन आर्टिकुलेट इट. विल टेक अ प्रैक्टिस.
भी होना चाहिए, फन एलिमेंट भी होना चाहिए. हाँ, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल.
Sure, ma'am. So then we'll work on, ma'am, we'll work on a bit about calling Her Excellency for her speech. So that part we will add. And in the presentation, we'll look for 2-3 more pictures of respected chairperson, ma'am, with lighting of the lamp and the Amitasha video. And I'll send you the rapid fire questions.
और फ्लो सबसे पहले मैम को भी मैं भेज रही हूँ लिंक, साथ में फ्लो भेजते हमेशा मैम को ना. शी नोज एग्जैक्टली व्हाट्स द थिंग.
श्योर.
पहले फ्लो भेज दो मुझे, फिर अपना काम करते हैं.
जी मैम, अभी फ्लो भेज देते हैं आपको राइट आफ्टर दिस.
थैंक यू.
Sure,
Thank you so much for your efforts. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am, guiding us.
कल मिलेंगे 3:45.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Bye bye bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
I want everyone to be here for some time. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Bobin ji. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, Shubhangi ma'am, Smita ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Madhav, really need to work on your light. It's coming very dark. Okay.
Okay, I'll sit in a different position tomorrow.
You sit at a different position and show it to us right now.
Ma'am, he's not at home. He's out of town.
No, I'm
When
home
are you
now.
coming back?
No,
When are
I'm
you
home now.
coming?
I came back this morning.
Oh, you came back.
Okay.
Great.
Nishta, you have to look for more pictures of lighting of the lamp and let us change that slide. I think Jyoti ma'am is not liking that slide somehow, the second one. So all of you can put Seema ma'am. You can also put, because she's been working. So you can give your inputs also, and then let's work on that. Right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. For lamping of the light, I have
lighting of the lamp. I think ma'am is
lighting
not
of the
liking that
lamp,
slide.
right?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
I have gone through that AERC page. One of the photograph you have already taken.
Don't go to AERC page. Go to Amity Group of Schools.
Yeah,
page.
Amity Group of School only. Yes,
Okay.
yes, ma'am. I have gone through 5 to 7 videos.
Okay.
So I could find only one more photograph which I'll be sharing with Nishita ma'am by the time if she has not taken that.
Change the slide. I think ma'am is not liking the photos coming again and again. Maybe do something, but change that slide. Right?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Nishita ma'am, I'm just WhatsApping you one of the pic.
Shubhangi ma'am, you get a line added after ma'am is speaking about Dr. Divyani, then Sanjana or Madhav, any one of them, they are going to call Dr. Divyani for her speech.
I have sent something to Sanjana. Sanjana, do you have it? Will you please read it out?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I now invite the esteemed Indian Ambassador to Cambodia, Her Excellency Dr. Divyani Khobragade, to inspire the students with her thoughtful reflections. Your wisdom and guidance will undoubtedly enrich the educational journey of the students as they embark on the path towards a brighter tomorrow.
That's very nice. We should have done it in front of ma'am. That's very nice, ma'am, but too big, Shubhangi ma'am.
Chota kar de?
Cut down one line. Yes.
Or chota? Okay. Okay, I'll edit it.
Also, ma'am, get added the link, feedback link. Before we call ma'am for vote of thanks, should we be doing it before calling her for vote of thanks?
I think, yes, ma'am. I think that would be better. Who's calling ma'am for vote of thanks?
I am.
Sanjana is calling.
Sanjana is calling. So before she calls, if she can ask all the participants all the participants.
Just get
to
one line
fill
added.
To fill the feedback form, and then she can invite ma'am for vote of thanks.
Right. So at that time, Seema ma'am, you will post the feedback link in the chat box.
Right, ma'am. Right, ma'am. The link is the same which I shared.
The link is the same.
All
And Nishita ma'am, you will put the feedback link on the PPT
Slide.
also.
Last slide, I think.
Last slide after thank you.
Okay, ma'am.
Right?
Okay, ma'am.
Now, Smita ma'am, you will mail me the rapid fire questions because I am going to work on the flow.
Yes, ma'am. Only first five, right?
First 5 questions, rapid fire questions that you can do.
Yes, ma'am.
Right?
Yes, ma'am.
And also, Smita ma'am, you will write all the names of the teachers for vote of thanks also. Send it to me as well.
So Yukta ma'am, just listen to this one. This is the shorter version. Sanjana,
Right.
if you can read that out.
Yes, ma'am. I now invite the esteemed Indian ambassador to Cambodia, Her Excellency Dr. Divyani Khobragade, to inspire the students with the thoughtful reflections with the students as they embark on the path towards a brighter tomorrow.
Okay. Two times student word is coming. Just
Yes,
check
ma'am.
that, ma'am. Rest is fine. There's one more place. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'll
Smita
change
ma'am.
that.
Yes, ma'am.
Take one more practice with Madhav, because when Madhav is speaking, his words are very clear in the beginning of the sentence.
Right.
As he's ending the sentence, it is getting diffused. And you're not
I'll do
able
that,
to
ma'am.
understand what he's
Yes.
saying at some places. Okay.
Yes,
Also,
ma'am.
Sanjana, when you are speaking, you're speaking very well. Both of you are speaking very well, rather. There's one word inflinting somewhere. There's one word. You are imminent or something like that. Shubhangi ma'am, there's one word.
I think it was inimitable.
Inimitable. Yes. That word is not clear and it looks, you can hear it like something else. Who's
Okay, ma'am.
speaking that word?
I am.
You are, Sanjana. So that's the only word. Okay. Rest, all the words are very clear. And you're speaking loudly. That's very nice. Madhav, you need to speak a little loudly. Light should be good on your face. Right?
Yes,
and both of you are looking very smart. And both of you are going to be the limelight, because other students are getting just one chance to speak one question, ask one question. You're going to be there for rapid fire also, so you can practice amongst yourself also. Rapid fire should be very interesting, one after the another, right? And then you're speaking, you are actually leading the show, right? So we want you to be happy as well as very smart, and each and every word to be very clear. Okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Just
So
a
you-
question.
Yes.
Sayukta ma'am, just 1 minute. I have messaged you on your personal window. If you could see that photo, that is, though it is not lamp lighting, but still, if that can be managed.
That's again her one. I put one picture thinking I don't know if I get a scolding for that.
You
But-
get that? Oh, sorry.
No,
Okay.
we did not. Ma'am did not point out about that picture anything. But I think more of Havan we shouldn't be putting. It's lamp lighting actually, Seema ma'am, right?
Ma'am, I understand, but that is the only photograph which you have already put, na, Nichita ma'am. Lamp
I
lighting,
know.
we are getting only one. Yeah.
I know. Let's find out more. What can I say? Okay, Sanjana, you had a question?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, after I invite Jyoti ma'am to introduce Dr. Divyani Khobragade, after that, do I need to invite Chairperson ma'am to speak?
No, after that, you need to invite Dr. Divyani Khobragade to give her
Yeah.
speech.
Okay.
Okay, to enlighten us. And after ma'am's speech, then you will say, "Okay, thank you, ma'am." And then you will call respected chairperson, ma'am.
Okay, so before the
Right?
question answer session.
Yeah, before the question answer section.
Okay.
Okay.
ma'am.
So over to you for further proceedings. That line should not be there because ma'am is not proceeding there. She's just introducing. So here you're saying, now I humbly invite Mrs. Jyoti Arora, Director AERC, to kindly introduce our eminent chief guest of the day. That's it.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So Shumangi ma'am will get it changed. Then after ma'am has read her profile, then you will call ma'am with those lines that we now humbly invite our chief guest of the day to give her thoughts. After that, then you will say, "Thank you, ma'am. It was very enlightening," or whatever. And then you will say, "Our chairperson, doctor." Okay. Then you will call respected chairperson, ma'am. Okay. If ma'am doesn't want to speak at that time, then ma'am will mention. And then we will directly go for question answer session. right? And
Okay.
if ma'am is addressing us, very good. Otherwise, ma'am will come in between after having some round of questions. Then ma'am will give her words of wisdom.
All right, ma'am.
Right? Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
I think it's clear, Shubhangi ma'am, Smita ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So whatever changes are there, just get it done, ma'am, for that. And
Yes.
Smita ma'am, you're sending me the rapid fire question.
I've just mailed them to you, ma'am.
Right,
You
I'll
should
just check.
have received it by now. And I also wanted to know, for the vote of thanks, you were asking for a list of teachers. Who do you want me to include in that, ma'am?
I'll speak to you.
Sure, ma'am.
Okay.
Noted.
Can you just do flow of the program also? Let's be
Yes.
on. I'll be with you on call so that we'll check once.
Sure, ma'am.
Right. I want students to leave now. Sanjana and Madhav. Thank you. Sanjana, you had a radio show also before this. Busy girl
Yes, ma'am.
these days. And I'm sure Madhav also must be busy with his classes and everything. But you both were on time. So very good. And you both spoke very well, as Jyoti ma'am mentioned. Thank you, children.
Thank you, ma'am.
I think we should end this meeting. Smita ma'am, I'll call you because I don't want to keep everyone waiting. Thank you, everyone.
Yes, ma'am.
Nishta ma'am, whatever changes we have to do, we'll do it tomorrow morning, or you want to do it now? I know you must be very tired.
मैम एक वो जो गायत्री मंत्र वाला है उसके लिए मैं देख लेती हूँ, अगर आप चाह रहे हो कि मैं बैकग्राउंड इमेज चेंज करूँ तो वो मैं बना के देख लेती हूँ, मतलब भेज देती हूँ आपको थोड़ी देर में।
नहीं, आप
बाकी
सीमा
तो
मैम के साथ बैठ जाओ मैम, थोड़ी
अच्छा
देर बैठ जाओ या फिर स्कूल में बैठ जाना, हाउएवर यू फील लाइक।
अच्छा ठीक
अगर
है
आज
मैम।
बहुत थक गए हो, आई डोंट वांट, बिकॉज इट्स ऑलरेडी ऑलमोस्ट अराउंड 5:30, सो एवरीवन इज टायर्ड। अगर थोड़ी देर रात में बैठ सकते हो बैठ कर लो, फिर स्कूल में हम एक प्रैक्टिस कर लेंगे कल अलॉन्ग
ठीक है मैम।
विद स्पीच।
ठीक है मैम।
हाँ,
ठीक है
बिकॉज स्कूल में भी आप फिर रिलीव नहीं हो पाते हो, एंड टुमारो अगेन इज गोइंग टू बी अ लॉन्ग डे, राइट?
यस मैम। ओके मैम।
Thank you everyone. You can end the meeting, Mobin sir.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and I'm sending you the updated list of panelists.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you everyone.